Hello, wrestling community. My name is Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka Wakanda Snatch One, because I got playing around. As you can tell by the title, the thumbnail, in the video. This is my WWE NXT review on highlights. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please full watch the video from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content I do on the channel because I'm on the road to 12K subscribers. Follow my social media down below in the description. And thank you guys so much for coming out to my live stream for my WWE NXT Watch Along live and reaction party. It really means the world to me. So without further ado, let's get started. Now WWE NXT was a decent show, and I give it a I think I give it a 5 out of 10. So yeah, I give that show a 5 out of 10. All right, but the worst segment of the night is the main event segment. That's all I gotta say. All right, it says, "Welcome to Wrestling's results for WWE NXT on November 4, 2025, coming to you live from the WWE Performance Center in Orlando, Florida. NXT Women's Champion Tatum Paxley and EC Dame of the Call-In will be joining forces with Lola Vice to go head-to-head with Fatal Influence, Jessie Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed in a 6-woman tag team match. Tatum Paxley insisted that she spun the wheel and made the deal to reveal she would be defending her NXT Women's Championship against Lola Vice, much to the frustration of EC Dame during last Tuesday's edition of the show. Later that same night, Jessie Jane, Fallon Henley, and Laney Reed caused the title match between Tatum Paxley and Lola Vice to end a no contest when they blindside the pair with an attack. Dark Stage Shaquan Sugars will be competing in singles action for the first time since facing Shillon Hill at the live event on October 4th in a match that ended in a no contest as he squares off with Javon Evans, following with a video call between himself and TNA X Division champion Leon Slater. Javon Evans finds himself involved in an intense verbal confrontation with Dark State. Backstage, that ended with Shaquan Sugar challenging Javon Evans to tonight's match in a video that was posted on the NXT Anonymous X account last Tuesday. Additionally, the WWE Women's Speed Championship tournament will be kicking off tonight to crown a new Women's Speed champion after an injury. Saruka voluntarily relinquished the title last Tuesday, the midst of a conversation with NXT General Manager Ava. "We are live." Vic Joseph and Burger T greet audience at home, and as the caller makes their way to the ring, Lola Vice and Fatal Influence follows. Alright, so we get the first match. So this is a 6-woman tag team match. Fatal Influence versus Lola Vice, Izzy Dame, and Tatum Paxley. The NXT Women's Champion, Tatum Paxley. And this was a fun 6-woman tag team match. Tatum Paxley and Jessie Jane began the action. The bell rings as Tatum Paxley and Jessie Jane rock each other with forearms. Lola Vice tags in and fires off knees on Jessie J. Mixed section then sends her crashing into the top turnbuckle face first. Jessie J runs over Lola Vice with a boot, then fires off stumps on her midsection and tags in Laney Reed. Easy Dame tags in, but Laney Reed rushed her over with a crossbody. Easy Dame responds with a clothesline to Laney Reed and follows it up with a body slam, then connects with a shotgun dropkick on Easy Dame. Tatum Paxley tags back in on her side, but tags in Laney Reed. Lola Vice a kick on Laney Reed. Jessie James tags in and fires off kicks on Lola Vice. Finally, Henley tags in and continues running down Lola Vice in the corner, but Jessie Jane is followed up with a cannonball to Lola Vice during the commercial break. Laney Reed tags in and rocks Lola Vice with a super kick before finally Henley tags in and wears down Lola Vice with a submission hold. Oh, it says Tatum Paxley tags back in on her side, but Laney Reed rocks Tatum Paxley with a super kick and tags and Fallon Henley. Fallon Henley and Laney Reed deliver a hair whip to Tatum Paxley, and Fallon Henley delivers a kick to Taylor Pasley. Lola Bites tags in and fires off rapid fire kicks on Laney Reed. Easy Dane runs over Jesse Jane with a boot, and Lola Bites and Taylor Pasley deliver double hip attacks to Fallen Henley and Laney Reed in the corner. Lola Bites lands a kick on Laney Reed, but Jesse Jane tags in and fires off kicks on Lola Bites. Fallen Henley tags in and continues wearing down Lola Bites in the corner, but Jesse Jane tags in and follows it up with a cannonball to Lola Bites during the commercial break. Laney Reed tags in and rides Lola Bites with a super kick before Fallen Henley tags back in and runs down Lola Bites with a submission hold. Back from commercial break, Laney Reed delivers a blockbuster to Lola Bites. Jesse J tags in and runs over Lola Bites with a knee strike. But Lola Bites tags out to Taylor Pasley. Fallen Henley tags in on her side, but Taylor Pasley tags out Fallon Henley, Laney Reed, and Jesse James. Laney Reed takes a cheap forearm strike on Taylor Pasley from the outside, and Fallon Henley pins her. Easy Dane breaks the fall. Everyone begins brawling with one another, but Taylor Pasley delivers a boot to Fallon Henley's midsection. Fallon Henley responds with a knee to Taylor Pasley's midsection, but Easy Dame and Jesse Jane tag in. Jesse Jane runs over Easy Dame with their running encore for the win. The winner of the match, Fatal Influence. This was a fun 6-woman tag team match, but let me take a sip of my water. All right, let me continue. Keilani Jordan then makes her way to the ring. We hear from Keilani Jordan. This was a pretty good segment, but Keilani Jordan was speaking the truth and she was speaking facts. Keilani Jordan said she did everything last week to keep her TNA Knockouts World Championship by any means necessary. She questions why Dominic Mysterio gets cheered when he cheats to retain his AAA Mega Championship, or when Cody Rhodes cheats at Saturday Night's main event, then questions why it happens to her, and says NXT is drowning in hypocrites. She says he's not going to be Trick Williams, and trash the NXT brand. Then says the truth is that she was kicked out of the women's locker room. She says no woman can keep up with her athletically, and everyone knows it. Keilani Jordan says no one in the back is loyal and what fits their narratives. She says she's the most elite athlete to step foot in this ring, and cites her match against Jordan Grace last week as an example of her point. She says the fans are fans but followers. Then she says she won't be a champion like Taylor Pasley who hands out opportunities. She tells fans to not call her a traitor, but says they can't call her anything else as long as they admit she's a champion. And that was a pretty good promo. So it says, so Keilani Jordan mentions that how come Dominic Mysterio and Cody Rhodes get the cheat, but when Keilani Jordan does it, it's a problem. Now I have never seen Keilani Jordan cut a good promo like that before. But Keilani Jordan was speaking the truth doing this promo as a heel, so I liked it. So it was a pretty good segment. Alright, let me move on. So we get Josh Briggs versus El Grande Americano, coming by Rayo Americano and Bravo Americano. This was a decent match for what it was, and that's all I gotta say. The bell rings and the two lock up. Grande, what's his name? Grande levels Josh Briggs. Americano, what's his name? El Grande Americano levels Josh Briggs with a back heel kick as we see Jasper Troy in a crowd to watch the action. Josh Briggs fires off right hands on El Grande Americano during the commercial break and jams his boot into his throat in the corner, then continues wearing him down throughout the commercial break. Back from the break, Josh Briggs drapes El Grande Americano off the top rope by his knees. He fires off stomps on him, then looks to unmask El Grande Americano as they both teeter on the ropes. Bravo and Rayo hop on the apron, but Josh Briggs clocks him. This opens the door for El Grande Americano to deliver a flying shoulder tackle off the middle rope, but Josh Briggs and follows it up with an overhand chop, then connects with a tornado blockbuster on Josh Briggs off the middle rope. El Grande Americano delivers a tope suicide to level Josh Briggs on the outside, but Tavion heights and distracts the referee. This opens the door for Rayo and Bravo to land a double backstabber on Josh Briggs and dumps him back in the ring. Where Grande Americano is waiting with a spine buster submission, spine submission on Josh Briggs for the win. The winner of the match, El Grande Americano. This was a decent match for what it was. All right, so we get Ricky Saints and Trick Williams meet via satellite ahead of their NXT Championship in a last man standing match next week. Let me take a sip of my water. Now, this was the best segment of the night right here. This was a good segment right here. Big Joseph introduced Ricky Saints and Trick Williams, who are both connected via satellite video. Trick Williams fires the first shot at Ricky Saints, but Ricky Saints reminds Trick Williams he beat him clean at NXT Halloween Havoc, which is facts by itself. It reminds him of the fact that he was the one who granted him a shot at the NXT Championship. He says Trick Williams' ego can't handle being second best. Trick Williams says he is the best and says Ricky Saints knows nothing about carrying NXT. Ricky Saints says Trick Williams doesn't care about NXT and has had one foot in the door. Then says Trick Williams takes everything for granted while he doesn't. Trick Williams says the NXT Championship doesn't belong to someone like Ricky Saints. Then says if he wants an NXT Championship belt, he can get one. He can get one from the WWE shop and promise to be the last man standing. Ricky Saints says Trick Williams, where's delusion when both men get up from their chairs to the final one another. We head backstage and we see Trick Williams and Ricky Saints have found one another. The two men began brawling, but Trick Williams hits Ricky Saints with a pipe. So that was a good segment right there. That was the segment of the night that I enjoyed. But I know that Ricky Saints gonna get his get back against Trick Williams by using the steel pipe to hit Trick Williams in that last man standing match. I can see that happening next week. Alright, Zarya and Saruka then make their way to the ring. Winston Clare and Kendall Gray follows. So we get the next match. Zarya accompanied by Saruka versus Winston Clare accompanied by Kendall Gray in a first round match for the WWE Women's Speed Championship tournament. And this was, I ain't gonna lie, this was a squash match. The bell rings as the 3-minute timer begins, and the two go back and forth. Winston Clare wears down Zarya with an octopus hold on Zarya as the clock approaches 2 minutes. But Zarya responds with a shoulder tackle and boots her to Winston Clare. Winston Clare chinches in an arm submission, arm submission on Zarya. But Zarya escapes and delivers a spear to Winston Clare. She follows it up with an F5 for the win. The winner of the match earned. This was a squash match. And that's all I gotta say. Keilani Jordan then makes her way to the ring. Tara May still follows. So we get Keilani Jordan versus Tara May Steele. Again, this was another squash match, which is I did not care. The bell rings, the two lock up. What's her name? Tara May Steele connects with a mat return on Keilani Jordan, but Keilani Jordan pins Tara May Steele with her hands on the bottom rope. The referee catches Keilani Jordan, but Tara May Steele rolls up Keilani Jordan. Keilani Jordan kicks out, then sends Tara May Steele arm bouncing off the ring's apron on the outside. The two women return to the ring, and Tara May Steele runs over Keilani Jordan with a pair of clotheslines. Tara May Steele sends Keilani Jordan crashing into the mat face first, then sends Keilani Jordan into the torture rack position. Keilani Jordan sends Tara May Steele crashing into the ropes face first, then followed it up with a split-legged moonsault for a win. The winner of the match, Keilani Jordan, and this was a squash match. We then head over to a video from TNA Director of Authority Santino Marella, who announces to Keilani Jordan that she will be defending her TNA World Knockout Championship against Li Yang Lee and Jordan Grace in a triple threat match at NXT Gold Rush. After hearing that, Keilani Jordan didn't want to listen to Ava about defending her title. We then head over to a meeting in Ava's office. Where Saruga informs Ava of her progress when it comes to her knee injury. It tells her she wants her rematch for a Women's North American Championship against Blake Monroe. Ava tells Saruga she can only sign off one on the match if Saruga medically cleared before a fatal influence crashes the meeting. Alright, so we get Juwan Evans then makes his way to the ring. Dark State. So we get Juwan Evans versus Shaquan Sugars, accompanied by Dark State. And this match right here, I'm also going to say this was a solid match what it was, but I'm glad Juwan Evans won. Juwan Evans wasted no time and taking the fight to level all four members of Dark State on the outside. He dumps Shaquan Sugars back in the ring, and the bell sounds. The two lock up. The two lock up, but Shaquan Sugars sends Juwan Evans bouncing off his knee and connects with a backbreaker on Juwan Evans. Juwan Evans lands a hurricane on Shaquan Sugars off the middle rope, then delivers a second one off the top rope and drop kicks him out of the ring. Dion Lennox tosses Shaquan Sugars back in the ring as a means of hyping him up. But Shaquan Sugars delivers a knee to Juwan Evans' spine to sends him crashing off the ring apron onto the floor. During the commercial break, Shaquan Sugars continued wearing down Juwan Evans back in the ring and changes in a spine submission on him. Juwan Evans sends Shaquan Sugars crashing into the mat, spine first, back from the break, and jams his boot into his face. But Juwan Evans becomes fired up and lands a suplex on Shaquan Sugars. Dion Lennox pulls Shaquan Sugars out of the ring to fire him up, but Juwan Evans takes flight to level Shaquan Sugars on the outside. He dumps Shaquan Sugars back in the ring and delivers a crossbody to him off the top rope. Then connects with a flipping kick on him. Shaquan Sugars on the top flying top rope. Shaquan Sugars sends Juwan Evans crashing into the mat. Face first, then looks to fly off the top rope. Juwan Evans intercepts Shaquan Sugars with a pair of OG cutters and goes for a pin. But Oris Griffin pulls Juwan Evans out of the ring to break the fall. Juwan Evans takes out Oris Griffin, Dion Lennox, and James on the outside. Then delivers a tornadoes to Shaquan Sugars off the top rope for the win. The winner of the match, Juwan Evans. I'm not supposed to say this match wasn't bad, but it was just a solid match. What it was. Ethan Page, Chelsea Green, and Alpha Fire. They make their way to the ring. All right, so we get the Ethan Page and Chelsea Green hosting AAA World Mixed Tag Team Championship celebration. And this segment right here was the worst segment of the night. But let me take a sip of my water. Ethan Page welcomes fans to the celebration, then says himself and Chelsea Green don't have many fans. He says they're both hated in the locker rooms around the world. Then says everything they say is true, including becoming a AAA World Mixed Tag Team Champions. He points out that he's still North American champion as well. Then says he's the true greatest North American champion and lace up a pair of boots in WWE. Now Jasper Troy should go after Ethan Page for the NXT North American Champion, and that'd be a good move by WWE. All right, let me continue. Chelsea Green says she gets Piper Niven. I'm sorry. Chelsea Green says she gets Ethan Page, and tell fans to name a more iconic duo than them. Ethan Page says himself and Chelsea Green will defend the AAA World Mixed Tag Team Champions against anyone and everyone. But Chelsea Green invites Ethan Page to not ruin their celebration and says she wishes Joe Hendry was here. Ethan Page cuts off Chelsea Green before she can say his name, and he appears. Ethan Page suspects Joe Hendry is inside the giant cake in the ring, and Chelsea Green tells Fire to say Joe Hendry's name. Fire does, and Fire does so, and Joe Hendry appears on the entrance ramp. Joe Hendry says Ethan Page and Chelsea Green got so caught up in their ego that they forgot what talent looks like. Ethan Page asks Joe Hendry if he wants a shot at the North American Championship, but Joe Hendry clarifies that he wants a shot. At the AAA World Mixed Tag Team Champions. At Gold Rush, when Chelsea Green and Ethan Page ask who his partner is, Joe Hendry says all they have to do is easy. All they have to do is say her name. Joe Hendry's theme song played with Hell's name. She pops out of the cake and throws pie into Chelsea Green and now Fire. Joe Hendry breaks a penta over Ethan Page's head, then throws a pie into his face that Dear Hell hands to him. Dear Hell and Joe Hendry do Joe Hendry's signature wave with the fans as the show goes off the air. Alright, let me give you guys my opinion what I think about WWE NXT. Now, WWE NXT was a decent show, and I give that show a 5 out of 10. But the worst segment of the night has to go to Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. You know what I'm saying? That was the worst segment of the night. You're going to have Chelsea Green throw a pie at Chelsea Green. You're going to have Dear Hell throw some pie at Chelsea Green and Apple Fire. Then turn around, Joe Hendry throw a pie at Ethan Page. Grown man and grown woman is throwing pie at professional wrestling. That don't make any sense. But that segment was the worst segment of the night. Oh man, and that's all I gotta say. That segment the segment between Ricky Saints and Trick Williams was way better than the main event segment and Keelandy Jordan segment. You know what I'm saying? But Keelandy Jordan was speaking the truth about Cody Rhodes and Dirty Dominic Mysterio. And that's all I gotta say. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE NXT review on highlights, make sure you guys please give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below what you guys think of WWE NXT, because it was a decent show, and I give that show a 5 out of 10. Make sure you guys go check out my WWE Raw review on highlights I post on the channel. And thank you guys so much for coming out to my live stream on Twitch for some WWE NXT watching on live and reaction party. I really appreciate it, man. Shout out to everybody that came out to my live stream on Twitch, man. And I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I will see you guys tomorrow on my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. Boy, I cannot wait for Blood and Guts on AEW Dynamite tomorrow. I want you guys to have a great night and stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. Can I give this WWE NXT review on highlights more than 20 likes and on this video? Can we get like at least 30 likes on this video? If we get to 30 likes on this video, I would drop my AEW Dynamite review on highlights. If this WWE NXT gets 30 likes on this video. I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys at my upcoming world premiere at around 5 o'clock a.m. for my WWE NXT review highlights. So stay tuned. Sweet. I'm out of here, gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet, gang.